Go for it.
Hello, everybody. Welcome to Joe Code. I am your host, Joe Marrese, and my guest today is nobody. That's right, no guest today. What do you think this is, The Tonight Show? All right, we're not going to have guests every time, but I will say this. I'm seeing the numbers, and the numbers go up high when we have guests, so we might just do it all the time. We'll see. I do like numbers. I like high numbers. I do like it. It was fun having the guys on. Chad, JT, Gary. Yeah, fun episodes. I had fun. We'll have Strider on soon. Then after Strider, yeah, I don't know. I do want to keep doing guests. So we'll see. I've got like a couple other people in mind. And then I would also be curious to hear what the coders out there, if they had any ideas for guests that I could have on. I'd like to hear what who people come up with, who they think would be a good guest on Joe Code. I feel like it would have to be someone that really meshes well with what we do here. You know, I don't want to be pulling teeth with somebody. So yeah, there's a few people that I have in mind, but yeah, we'll see. So there's not guests every week. We're not going to bring somebody out all the time. All right, this isn't Jimmy Kimmel. Okay, I'm not freaking Jimmy Fallon over here. All right, it's not Johnny. It's not Tonight with Johnny Carson. All right,
those shows all have professional bookers.
Yeah, I don't have a professional booker here. Okay, I'm an amateur booker. All right, yeah. Thanks, Aaron. And also, you know what's funny? I was thinking on the ride over here how those late night guys all have friendly sounding names. Like they have to have like Johnny, Jimmy. Otherwise, like you couldn't have Jonathan Carson or even John Carson. Now he's a lawyer.
Yeah.
Same with Jimmy Kimmel. James Kimmel. That's
James Corden.
Attorney at law. James Corden, yeah. Yeah, why isn't he Jimmy Corden? Maybe more people would like him.
Yeah, he wouldn't be going off the air.
Oh, he went off the air?
I think he's leaving, yeah.
Oh, yeah. Did something. Yeah, see? That's what happened. Well, yeah, it should have been Jimmy Corden. Yeah, you're right. I thought I heard something about that. Wow.
Who was before? Oh, well, Craig Ferguson.
Yeah, Craig Ferguson. But like James Fallon, that'd be a lawyer.
Yeah.
James Kimmel. But yeah, I think that's funny how they made all those guys sound, because you got to be the everyman to be a host, so they got to make them sound friendly. So everybody's Johnny, Jimmy. I like that. Like if I hosted a late night show, I wouldn't want to be Joey. Don't call me Joey. Let's not do that. That would be weird.
Colbert? Steven?
Yeah, Steven.
With a PH.
Yeah.
He's not Steve.
Yeah, he's the one that's... Yeah, Steven, and then Seth. Yeah, because you couldn't do Sethy.
I mean, there was David Letterman, but everyone called him Dave, so...
Yeah. And then Jay Leno.
Yeah.
Yeah, see, that's friendly. Yeah, you gotta be a friendly guy. Yeah, it took this guy today in my Lyft that I get in. It's the middle of the week. It's the daytime. The guy has a towel covering the back seat of the car.
Oh boy.
It's overdoing it a tad, I would say. You don't need that in the middle of the day during the week. Okay, I don't want to sit on a towel like I just got back from the beach. Okay, bring that out. He should bust the towel out. Oh, I got to pick up in Malibu? All right, I'll lay the towel out. Maybe these people were at the beach.
Yeah.
Okay, not inland in West Hollywood for a pickup coming up here. Okay, we don't need the towel.
Is it a black? Could you tell if it was a black leather seat?
No, it was black cloth.
Yeah, that shouldn't be too hot then.
Toyota Corolla.
Yeah.
Yeah, with his dark gray towel with somebody's stains on it, probably.
Probably.
Get it out of my face.
Imagine what his seats look like.
Yeah, I mean, there must have been an incident, which is fine, but, read the room. It's Wednesday afternoon.
Why not put a tarp down while you're at it?
Yeah.
An old raincoat.
Jeez. But, yeah, it's great to be here. I'm feeling good. Aaron, I don't know if you know this, but we won our softball game last week.
Oh, I've heard a tale or two.
Yeah, did you even frickin' know that, man? Because you weren't there.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, I had heard. I mean, my job is on the line, I think, is the simplest way to put it.
I do have to say, Marcus pitched great, but on top of that, he was just like a machine. He was like you, where he just threw strikes. And then not he, but all of us, our defense was spectacular.
Well, we got to replicate that.
Yeah, we were great on defense. I'm scraped up. I scraped up my knee. My elbow is scraped up. You can't see my knee. I'm wearing pants because we don't wear shorts here at this is a professional podcast, so we don't wear shorts. But if that's what it takes to win, then that's what I'm gonna do. All right, I'm gonna get down. I'm gonna get dirty, and that's fine if we come away with the win. Because I was in the car with our teammate Bruce last Thursday, and I said, I'm not losing tonight. I don't want that feeling tonight. I don't want it. Okay? We lost our first 3 games. I don't want it anymore. Okay? So I got down and dirty. I got on the umpire. I have to stop doing that. I'm one of a few people in the league that I think get on the umpires, and I have to stop.
Oh, no. There's plenty of people who get on the umpires. Don't.
Okay, good.
I'm not saying it's good. I'm just saying you're probably not even the worst offender.
But in our game, I was the only one on both teams. Because, I don't know, I feel like I see things. He asked me if I want to ump. Yeah, I kind of do, actually. That's probably what I should be doing. Because I've gotten hurt way too many times over the years playing this. So, yeah, I do want to ump, actually. But I feel like he called a strike on a ball. We were up to bat. Forget who was batting, but the ball seemed to hit about 6 inches in front of the plate.
Wow.
And he says it hit the plate. And here's the thing. When the ball hits the plate, it makes a certain, poop sound. And then it has a certain trajectory to it.
Yeah.
The ball hit and kind of bounced flat. So I know it didn't hit the plate. And our other teammate, Mike R., he saw it too. Apparently, it was just me and him paying attention, and then we both said something, and then the ump got, he's like, "Yeah, you want to come? You're all the way over there." I'm like, "Well,
yeah, we can actually see in front of the plate really well."
That's the thing, and it's like, as I said, I understand the physics of the ball hitting the plate and the sound that it makes and the trajectory that it makes afterwards. So I saw it with my own eyes. And then there was another play that he missed when I dove to tag a guy on the back because I played third base this game. Mm-hmm. Runners were on first and second. The balls were hit to me at third. It was a hard-hit ball. I knocked it down. It hit off my wrist, off of my surgically repaired wrist, which hurt a bit. But I kept the ball in front of me. I grabbed the ball with my bare hand. The guy running from second to third was right beside me, and he dives to the base, and I dive and tag him on the back. And I got him. And the ump called him safe. And I said, why? So I said, why? And I thought it should have got a laugh, actually. And
it did for me.
Yeah. But I want one there. And he just goes, because I called him safe. And to his admission of guilt, he was like, this was a young ump, too. He was hustling most of the game. He didn't get out there. He stayed back behind the plate. He goes, I'll be honest with you. You made a great play. I didn't think you were going to even have a play there, so I didn't run out. Because he goes, I didn't think there was going to be a play. You made a great effort to even make that a play. But not only did I make it a play, I made the play. The guy was out. I got him on the back, but he didn't see it. Because I don't know, because it was also with my bare hand. I didn't even have the ball in my glove. I just had it in my bare hand, dove, tagged him on the back, fell down, rolled over, but I got him, and the ump, and then I apologized to the ump after, because I don't want to get on these guys. I don't, but when I'm out there, I'm into it, because these other guys, you know, if you play third base in softball, I'm not going to not get into it. I mean, I'm attacked over there. You guys are hitting the ball at me.
It's the hot corner, even more so in softball.
Yeah, there was one ball. The first ball got by me. I needed to see one. It was like taking a pitch as a batter. There was a ground ball. It was hard hit right down the line. I just totally botched it. Didn't even get my glove down in time, but after that, I got every ball, turned to double play, forced a few guys out. So caught a line drive, caught a pop-up. So yeah, and then we hit, and I swung it at, I think, every pitch I saw. It got on every time. I'm hitting the ball solid between third base and shortstop. I mean, if you're the shortstop, you better start cheating a little bit towards third base. I'm going to tell you that right now. If you're playing me, I'm hitting it in that gap every time.
I think every shortstop should play in there. Third baseman should be close to the bag, and shortstop should be
basically in the middle.
Yeah.
Between second and third, and then the second baseman, most of the time, I think, should cheat up the middle.
Yeah, a little bit, yeah. Because, it's
with righties.
Hitters, they're always going to pull hard.
Everyone's going for that gap. Everyone's pulling hard. But yeah, man, I got to tell you, it felt great to win, and I think we could do it again.
Yeah, I think we lost that team last season in their last at bat too. Like that came from behind and beat us.
Yeah, they had a lot of big guys. Yeah. Early on, I thought we were in trouble. We were down 5-0, then we wound up winning like 15-7 or something.
Yeah.
So yeah, it was a lot of fun. Great work. I got dirty. I got bloody. Man, my knee still hurts a little bit, but it's worth it, man. To go out and have a beer, to have a nice mid-October Oktoberfest beer at Barney's Beanery and just enjoy it after a W. All right? There's nothing like it. A nice crisp October evening, having a victory beer at Barney's Beanery by the Burbank Mall. Okay? Tell me if there's anything better than that in life. I'll wait.
Maybe at BJ's.
Yeah, so a lot of fun. Great times. Really kicking in my stride. Well, here's the thing, too, is I felt so good. You know what I did that day is I hiked.
Oh.
I already worked out. That's what I got to do. I was loose. The limbs were feeling good. And I thought, I was like, wait, am I going to be tired if I do this? I'm like, no, I need to get loose. I'm hiking. Okay, I need to feel limber. And guess what? That's what I'm doing from now on. So I'll be hiking early in the day of games.
Nice.
Not saving my energy, okay? It's not that physically exerting.
No.
So, but yeah, good times. Let me go into a quick little this sucks here for the week. Now, this sucks for the week is room temperature coffee. I've had a couple incidents lately where I go into places, ask for a hot coffee, comes out, and it's room temperature. This is how I want the coffee. I want it either scolding, I want it burning my face off, or I want it freezing my balls off, okay? I don't want it in between, All right, I want it on ice, or I want it hot. Because if it's hot, I'll cool it off. Don't you worry about that. But don't you put it out room temperature. Pal, this guy brings it out. Coffee's clearly room temperature. I taste it. And I say, hey, can you heat this up? He goes, well, it is hot. I said, why would he know that? Did he put his finger in it? Okay, did he take a dip with a little finger? How does he know that it's hot? I know what it tastes like. I tasted it. You didn't taste it. Heat it up. Yeah, room temperature coffee's weird. We don't want it. I want it hot. I want it on ice. That's it. No room temp coffee.
Did they heat it up?
He did.
Good.
And then it was hot. How I ordered it. That's what's up. Going to look at some places today. It's time for me to get fully settled back in here. Been staying with my friend Ari for a couple months, but now I'm going to look at a nice studio today. I'm debating back and forth whether or not I want to do roommates, because I got a couple friends that are interested, but I don't know. I feel like I'm going to go the solo route. It really depends. Do I want more space, or do I want privacy? Because when you have a roommate, you have a bigger place, but then you gotta schedule the shower. Okay, it's like I don't know. Well, yeah, because that's the thing. I don't want to share a bathroom. There's all these different things that go into it.
Yeah.
But here's the thing about LA. The people that I've talked to, I can actually go see the place in person before I make a commitment. Whereas when I was in Austin, I had a few incidences where you had to like make a commitment. They're like, this place is going to go off the market. You got to buy it. And it was still occupied. Like, you're not going to be able to see it. And that's what Chad brought up the other week when I had him on. I was complaining about not being able to see a place, and you have to buy it, which is pretty remarkable. It's pretty insane. Like, imagine that. Oh, you could come see a place and then decide if you want to buy it or not. Imagine that logic. Isn't that something nice? But yeah, it's time to, and it's funny because this will be my fifth move in a year's time when I move to this new place.
Wow.
I know. It is wild. But I'm just trying to see it as fun and not, and not see it as like something that's like out of control. You know, I'm trying to make, oh, this is cool. I'm on the move. Look at me. I'm Joe. I'm on the move.
You're the guy leases were invented for.
Yeah. Yeah, it is wild to think this will be my fifth place in a year. Wow. Yeah, because the first place in Austin was November. Moved to another place in Austin in May. Moved in with a friend briefly in July in Austin. Then moved back here with Ari in August, and now looking for my place. Yeah, wow, that's 5. Woo!
Wow.
Yeah, well, you know what? It's not that big of a deal. I just put stuff in a bag and then you carry it around like it's so much. It's not a big deal. Don't freak out, audience. Everyone's probably out there. Oh, what's this guy doing? He's always on the move. Why don't you settle down, idiot? Yeah, maybe I will this time. So, yeah, looking forward to a move. I'll keep everybody posted. Okay? That's what I do all week. To that one guy that was like, hey, what do you got going on? Yeah, I'm looking for places to live. Guy that's on my back about what I do all day. from last episode. I got a lot going on.
He's day hiking. He's looking at places.
Yeah.
He's drinking lukewarm coffee.
Sleeping. I mean, I really try. You know, I have these late nights now again, working at the Comedy Store. So, yeah, I'm looking at. But yeah, it's mid-October here. Got a lot of trips coming up. Going to Seattle next weekend, doing shows there with Chad and JT. What is the? Let me see what that venue is really quick. While I'm looking this up right now, I've got news for my Boston and New York fans out there. Chad and JT are doing shows there. Boston, November 8th, New York, November 10th. I will not be there. Which sucks to report because I've never been to Boston. So I really would like to check out Boston. That would be awesome because I've never been there. And then also, New York's 2 days later. I've been to New York, love it, and really would love to get back there. But yeah, so Chad and JT and me, yeah, we have some friends out in New York that are comics that used to live here in LA. So they're like, you know what, we're going to have them on the show. You know, we'd like to have, you know, our New York friends on these shows. So, and then Boston being 2 days prior, obviously that'll be like the same trip. So I won't make that either. But yeah, so we're doing the venue called the Crocodile in Seattle next Friday and Saturday night. So I'll see looking forward to Seattle. Heard it's a great city. That'll be my first time there. But yeah, so it's a shame, Boston, New York, if you were looking forward to seeing me. You probably were. I don't see why you wouldn't have been excited to see me, but I will not be there. But then after that, of course, mid-November, I'll be in Nashville, Chicago, and then we'll see after that. And then I know Chad and JT have Denver, Salt Lake City, and then Atlanta to round out the year. And I think I'll be at all of those. But we will see. None of that is, those aren't for sure yet, but Seattle is for sure, and then Nashville and Chicago. So looking forward to that. Yeah, so if you were like, oh, that's going to be awesome when Joe's in Boston. Well, hate to break it to you, but Chad and JT have other plans. Why don't you take it up with them and, well, why don't you write them in while they're doing their little draft episodes, okay? And yeah, now I'm taking a shot at their podcast for not taking me to the East Coast. Hey, Joe, sit this one out. Thanks, guys.
I have very strict rules about where we travel to, and if it's a baseball city, we can't go during the off season. So Boston would be out.
Oh, because you want to go to a game.
Yeah.
Well, that's the thing. Yeah, now that I'm thinking, I'm like, yeah, I'm picturing Fenway Park, but I'm like, yeah, I wouldn't be able to go to it.
Yeah. They might do stadium tours, but it's not the same.
Yeah, it's not. Yeah, it's not the same. I want to. If I'm going there, yeah, I want to go to a game. That's what's up. So, and then, yeah, what else we got here? Yeah, looking for the new apartment. Oh yeah, I want to do a fun. This is a fun Joe code here. So, Joe code for this week is build yourself an airplane and learn how to fly it. Okay, because I'll tell you what, everyone out there, I looked at plane tickets. I'm trying to go home for the holidays around Christmas, and it's absolutely outrageous. Okay, it's insane. We're talking like $700-800 round trip. Los Angeles to Chicago. I'm going to be on this search like every few hours to see when it comes down, if it comes down, because I can't do this. So I guess I have to learn how to fly and learn how to make an airplane. Okay, so I think that's a skill that we may all need to develop soon. Okay, if it's going to be like this. All right, just to go see my family. You guys are making me literally break the bank. Okay, I've never seen airline travel like this.
Yeah, even I'm going to Vegas this weekend, and like the flights to there on Southwest were like way more expensive than normal.
Like just one way?
But yeah, like especially the coming home flight, like the Sunday flight back was.
Yeah,
like
I don't get it. I mean, it's why? It's mid-October.
Yeah, it's an hour flight.
What's going on?
Yeah, so I'm driving.
Yeah, I'm not liking that. Not liking that. I did. So here's an idea. I just want to give this away really quick. Here is an idea of a guest that I would like to have on. So I did a little Instagram live yesterday with Rick Glassman.
Oh yeah.
You know him, Aaron?
Yeah,
he
great.
had me on he was going live and he invited me on, and we did I was on live with him for like 5-10 minutes. And it was pretty cool. And Rick's a guy that to me is hilarious, and I always, every time I see him, I love talking to him and laughing with him. And he's a guy that like I get how he is and his personality, and his humor is to me is so funny.
Yeah.
So Rick is a guy that, just for example, he's a guy I would love to have here and have on. I think he and I would have a lot of fun together. And then he was kidding with me about having me on his podcast, because Rick's doing well. He's got a pretty big podcast now. He's like I could have, he's like, I'd have you on. I think you could top my lowest watched podcast. He's like, I would have you on. I think you could top whatever my lowest views are. I'm like, yeah, I think I could, Rick. You jerk. Why don't you freaking do something with your hair? He's got like a poofy. All right, I shouldn't attack people's looks. Rick's a good guy.
When he's on here, you have to actively compete to host your own show.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like that's how it would be. Hey Rick, you got a at-home studio? Oh, why don't you come see what a professional studio looks like at a building? Okay, this isn't my loft apartment or whatever you got with your little setup over there. Take your shoes off. Well, hey, we leave our shoes on over here. All right, this is serious business that we got in this studio, Rick. But Rick's a guy I would love to have on after Strider. He's a solid suggestion. Like, people out there, if you guys are like, hey, here's a guest you could have on, like, keep it within reason. Like someone like Rick, like someone that I have access to. Like, I know a lot of comedians, a lot of the bigger ones, but let's keep it like within people that I know. You know what I mean? Not gonna have like big time actors or something on here. I don't have access to everyone. So, and all right, well, let's do. Why don't we do a little? How about some emails now?
Sure.
I think, because with my guests that I've been having on, I've only been able to get to like a certain amount of emails lately. So I would like to try and get to a good amount of emails right now. And I would say, let me give that email out as well. Let's not forget that. You can email the podcast. Email Joe Code Podcast at joecodepodcast@gmail.com. Hit me with your emails regarding food, beer, and men, or anything else that you would like to talk to, for that matter. And then don't forget, you could find me on Cameo. You could book me on Cameo. I've gotten many 5-star reviews. And also, you could join the Patreon if you would like. I do have a Patreon at patreon.com/JoeCode podcast, and that's for $7 a month. That is a general support fund. Okay? We currently do not have advertisers for this podcast, so that is the money that I make from this podcast. So if you guys are like, oh, where's the content? The content is here right now. This podcast is the content. All right, I'll give you some content. So
Don't forget to watch the show on YouTube at youtube.com/JoeCode.
Yes, please, and please watch and please subscribe. We are so close.
Yeah, we're really close
to 1,000. So close. On the brink. Like 980. Let's get to that 1,000, and then we roll from there. But yeah, please like the videos, comment, subscribe, do all that. It really is fun, and it helps. And let's go to some emails here. This one is from Steve regarding urinal etiquette. Thanks, Steve. Was in the men's room today and found myself in a rather awkward situation, or maybe it was just my anxiety. As I walk in, I see a stall, a low urinal, and a regular height urinal. I usually opt for the stall, but someone was in there. My next option is the regular urinal, but someone was there as well. Keep in mind, there is no divider between the short urinal and the regular one, which can be very awkward, and it was also especially low to the ground. In this situation, do you wait by the wall like a little bitch for either the stall or the regular sized urinal to be available, or do you go all in and use the bitch urinal? Is there any scenario where you would or would not use it? Thanks, from Steve. Well, if you're waiting in the bathroom, it doesn't make you a bitch, Steve. You can wait. It's not a bitch.
Also, those urinals are for children and little people, so those aren't bitches. They're just, they're just smaller.
Yeah, also that. Those aren't bitch urinals. Yeah, those are for kids. Or kids' bitches. And then little people. Yeah, it's like, well, see, this reminds me of a bit that the great comic Brad Williams does. Like, he gets mad. He would say he gets mad at people that use those short urinals because you're like, those are for me. You don't use that. But yeah, no, I never use those. I don't use those because I look at that as like the handicap stall. I don't use that either because I know that that's for someone who's in a wheelchair. So I don't touch the short urinal. I wait. Yeah, I don't want to be caught pissing there, and then some kids complaining, or some little person walks in and then kicks me in the nuts from behind because I'm pissing in his urinal. So I'll wait.
I will use a short urinal. I don't care.
You will?
Yeah.
I mean, you're a rather tall guy, Aaron. You might have to squat.
I have kind of a long torso though, so I can kind of. I think I'm actually pretty balanced torso wise, but I feel like it is at a better height sometimes. Depending on the construction of the urinal.
Yeah, I don't know.
Like if it's one of the waterless ones, I think it is better.
Well, that's the thing too. If there's when it's lower, you could have some splash if it's a water full urinal.
Yeah.
All right, here's from Luke.
But every urinal, for God's sake, should have dividers between them.
Yeah, regardless of water or not. Yeah,
we all have peripheral vision, man.
I know. Nowadays, if there's no... Yeah, unless you're a dive bar that was built like 50 years ago.
Yeah.
Every place now, there's got to be dividers. That's no excuse for that.
Dodger Stadium. It's like, fuck, man.
Still no dividers?
No dividers. I got to see the guy next to me's dick. Just out of the corner of my eye. It's just like, ah.
Well, yeah, because at ball games, too, everyone just flops it out. They're not, no one's doing a whole lot of concealing.
I don't know if the Forum still has troughs, but that was the worst, too.
Well, Wrigley Field is famous for the troughs.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm sure, I haven't been to Wrigley Field in years, but I'm sure they're still there.
Yeah, I bet.
I bet they feel like that's part of the charm.
Yeah.
Peeing like you're a horse. All right, here's one from Luke, and then I think he followed up to his own email, and I don't know if I responded to the first one. All right. All right. Hey, Joe, I just went goose hunting for the first time. It was an awesome experience. We woke up early, drove out to a dairy farm, set up camouflage blind, watched the sunrise, and proceeded to call in with the help of a guide and shoot 24 geese. It was thrilling and beautiful morning spent in nature. Each person on the hunt took home 3 geese. I've used the goose meat to make barbecue, pulled goose sliders, and I'm making chili this week. Have you ever hunted? Would you ever try it? What are your thoughts on it? Best, Luke. I have not hunted. It's not really my thing. It's not something I'm interested in. I get it. I get the idea of it, and kind of like going out, like getting your own food, doing that kind of a thing. I'm more of a I don't want to see how the sausage is made kind of a guy, though.
Yeah.
That's my thoughts on it. I don't want to make the sausage.
Yeah.
I'll just eat it.
I'm less and less into it now that I'm a dad. Like, I look at, even when I kill a bug, I kind of look at it like, that was somebody's baby. And I get so
I try not to kill anything. I'm that way too. But yeah, if it's like cockroaches and it's in my place, then I'm like, oh, I have to do this.
Or the only way I'm into hunting is if it's like, it's a somewhat fair fight. Like a deer with antlers and I got a knife.
Yeah, if it's attacking you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or got a bow and arrow at best is at least somewhat fair.
Yeah. Bow and arrow, yeah, I mean, I would like to, that would be fun to do some target practice with a bow and arrow somewhere. I would like to try to shoot one of those one
There's
time.
an archery range out by me.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah, that would be cool. So then Luke following up, he says, I made the chili and it sucked. Chili would have been great without the goose. It was super tough meat and tasted strong and gamey. Love the pod, Luke.
Shouldn't have shot the tough goose.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. Goose. I don't know if I've had any goose.
He took down some alpha goose.
All I've had is goose. I've had Goose Island beer. I don't know if there's any goose in that, but that's the closest I've come to having some goose.
Goose, my wife.
Yeah.
But, I don't know about eating goose.
All right, here we go from Tyler. It says, Yo, Joe, how would you deal with a woman who has every hour of her day planned on a Google Calendar that she shares with me and expects me to follow? Should I run in fear or accept her organization? I think that's great. You don't have to stick to every plan. I mean, if she's got things planned out, I think that's nice because it's good to have things on paper. It's like that you have. It's good to have tasks. Like, here's the thing. I can just say, as a man who has battled with anxiety and OCD, one of the main things that they tell you is to write things down and plan things and have things written out so that you're organized and things don't seem like they're in chaos. Like, when you have order in your life, it keeps you on track. So maybe for her mentally, that's why she does that, because then she's like, that's probably just her way of making sure that that she has order in her life. So I wouldn't run from that. I think that's you know, you don't have to follow it to a T, because his name's Tyler and he signed it T, so that was a fun thing I did there.
I mean, how hot is this girl? Does she have a really high-paying job? For all those reasons, sure.
But, yeah, I mean, I think it's good to have plans. So that's my answer to that, T. All right, here's one from Alec.
I've been with my wife for 9.5 years, and I just am now, and still struggling, to get her to use a Google Calendar with me.
Oh, see, so this guy's got it good.
Yeah.
I mean,
as long as he gets to add to it.
Well, yeah, that's the thing. Yeah, well, yeah, I wonder if she's saying that she has all. Yeah, I mean, yeah, try and mix in some of your plans, T, and then just tell her, let's do this. You just compromise with her. But I think it's good to have those things down on paper. But yeah, you could always discuss. I wouldn't run from it. It's better than someone not ever having things planned and be like, oh, what should we do? And blah, blah, blah. I think it's nice to have organization. I like it. So here's from Alec. He goes, what's good, Joseph? I appreciate you addressing my comment on the pod with Gary. I was just poking some fun at you, saying you don't do stuff 80% of the week. Oh, ha ha. I love the podcast, and I'm sure a good amount of work goes into it behind the scenes. Yeah, it does. I'm a little salty because I was subscribed to Chad and JT's Patreon, and they canceled it. Oh, look at those idiots. What do they do that for? Oh, we don't need the money. We're already set. Look at those guys. And he goes, so I was hoping I could bully you into putting some extra content out onto your Patreon. If you started throwing a weekly Joe Eats on there, then I would happily toss $7 a month your way to watch that. Much love, Alex. Yeah, I mean, that's fair. That's a fair assessment. So, yeah, maybe. That would be the one thing I think I would do with the Patreon. I mean, because, the thing is, when I do Joe Eats, I do like putting it up on Instagram as well, because when I do a reel for those, those get so many thousands of views.
Yeah.
But yeah, thank you, Alec. Thanks a lot. I appreciate it. You're a good fan. Here's from my Uncle Jim. He says, Joe, next time you're in town, we'll go for an iced coffee. Dunkin', he's referring to Dunkin' Donuts, has any size for $2 between 2 and 6 p.m. There's one at the corner of Grandma Street. Uncle Jim. Yeah, fine, Uncle Jim. You want to do that? We'll get a little $2 iced coffee. Yeah, I'm in.
Although the next time you're going to be there, it will be cold.
Yeah, it'll be, I'll be there in 2 weekends.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, but it is I know it's chilly there already. It is getting chilly. So, let's see. All right, here's one from Tom. Long-time listener, second-time emailer. What's the perfect amount of beer? I find 6 to 8 12-ounce beers is the perfect buzz. Yeah, I'm kind of in that range with you as well, Tom. But let's not tell our doctors that, because when... Hey, Joe, how much beer you drink? Yeah, it's a couple a week, or, But yeah, Tom, I'm kind of in that range. Like if I'm... That's like one time, once a week, or once... I shouldn't even say that. Once a couple weeks.
Yeah, it's if you're going for it.
Yeah. And it also depends on the kind of beer. Like if it's light beer, yeah. And then he says ranch or blue cheese on wings, pizza, etc. Ranch with most things. I with blue cheese, I pretty much do blue cheese with just barbecue wings, which are my favorite wings, though. And he says, love the pod and your hog, Big T. Thanks, Big T. Yeah, overall, ranch, I would say. But with wings, specifically wings, I would just go with blue cheese. Now here's one from my buddy John. My old high school buddy John. He says, Joe, I appreciate your response to my email from a few months ago. Did you ever mention to your audience to try Buffalo Joe's in Evanston if they're in the area? This is in the Chicago suburbs. Those are the best wings I've ever had, that's for sure. That is a great place. I do remember we used to call it Buff Joe's. They make their own ranch too, if you remember. It's incredible. The suicide wings are also unreal. Do you see a difference pertaining to wings between LA and Chicago? In your travels and experience, you discover that buffalo wings seem to be the same no matter what part of the country you're in? Yeah, pretty much. I mean, yeah, wings. Yeah, I think wings are a pretty universal thing. I don't notice much difference in different regions of the country. What do you think, Aaron?
I'm not a big wing guy, but from what I've heard, the South is where wings are.
Okay, yeah. I mean, I'm sure there's places that do them up a bit. But yeah, I mean, as far as LA and Chicago go, I don't see much difference. But yeah, I do remember Buffalo Joe's. We would go there a lot. I remember in high school, like maybe after like football practice or something. And yeah, I remember those were awesome wings. It's been years since I've had them. And he goes, hope all is well. And the move back to L.A. went smooth. I'm glad you had the foresight and the balls to take care of your mental health. A lot of people ignore it and aren't brave enough to keep up with it. Keep up the good work. It's nice to hear someone from Chicago is actually still proud of it. Stay safe. Be well. Your old bud, John. Yeah, man. Damn right. Love Chicago. Let's see. Boom, boom, boom. All right, here's one from Dan. He goes, what up, Joe, and hopefully Aaron. Joe, what is your all-time favorite, or who is your all-time favorite and least favorite bear? Also, what is your go-to mass deletion brew for a Sunday viewing session with the guys? Love the pod and glad that you're back in California. Really hope to see you in Seattle next month with Chad and JT. Yeah, I'll be. Oh, yeah, this email's from a few weeks ago. Sorry, Dan, I just got to it. Really hope to see you in Seattle next month with Chad and JT. Yeah, I'll be there, man. I will be in Seattle. I mean, my all-time favorite bear, like I would say from the bears that I've watched, that I've seen in my life, like obviously like Walter Payton's an obvious choice, but I didn't really see him play. I was too young. The guy that to me was the most fun to watch that I've watched play was Charles Tillman. He played cornerback for the Bears for a long time in the early 2000s to like, he must have played for the Bears like I want to say almost 10 years. Was on that Super Bowl team. And to watch him play was so exciting because I've never seen a guy do what he did as far as forcing turnovers and punching the ball out of receivers' hands and just like taking like full-on like boxing swings at the football. It was insane. It was so fun to watch. And he's also a great human being. And yeah, he was my favorite. My least favorite, I don't know. I don't want to say that. I really don't know. I mean, there's a lot of guys, of course, that I wish would have worked out better for the Bears, but I don't want to. I wouldn't want to talk about that.
I'll happily do it.
What?
I mean, my number one is Walter Payton.
Nice.
I have 2 of his jerseys. I have no other jerseys.
Sweet.
Sweetness.
Sweetness. Yeah. Hey, how do you like that? I didn't even mean to do that. But you're welcome.
Yeah.
Do you have a least favorite?
Yeah, Jay Cutler. Yeah. Just don't like anything about that guy.
See, that's the one. How about the stuff he's doing nowadays on Instagram?
I couldn't even begin to watch it.
All right. Well, is that Yeah, see, he could be. I feel like he would be a choice for a lot of people, but I don't know. I don't want to pile on Jay because for a while he was like, you know, he did do well. He's a talented guy. You know, he has his flaws, but overall, I do appreciate Jay's time with the Bears. And because we got as far, I mean, that's as far as we've been as a franchise in a while when he was the quarterback. So he did do something right, but I do understand people, you know, I understand all the stuff. All right, let's see. Do one or two more. I know that there was like a long email. Okay, yeah, this guy. I know he wrote, and let me see. All right, yeah, this is from a guy that wants me to keep him anonymous. He says, Joe, what's up? What's up, Joe? Hey, Aaron, and hello to Mr. Joe's gigantic hog. So my friend, let's say Craig, just officially... No, I'm reading the punctuation wrong. All right, let's just go here. So my friend, let's say Craig, just got back with this girl he was dating in high school. She was 2 years older than us, and she broke up with Craig when she was in college and we were in high school. She said it was just she didn't want a BC in college, whatever. A BC, I think it's a BF.
Yeah, I think that's
Craig then went to the same school as her, and throughout college, they talked a little and might have hooked up and stuff on and off, but are now officially dating. But here's the issue. My ex-GF, who was tight with Kate, he's calling this girl Kate, told my mom back then that Kate cheated on Craig, and that's why she broke up with him. My mom and ex never told me this, so I never told Craig, but now they're back together, and I don't know whether he knows that she cheated on him back then. Wow. We are now both graduate students in college, so it was 7 years ago. So he got over it, which I would get. We were young and shit, but what if he doesn't know? I also think he thinks I don't like Kate, which I don't really mind her. I just want Craig to be happy, but I'm worried if I ask him if he knows that she cheated the first time around, that he'll think I'm bringing it up because I don't want them to be together. Sorry if this question is a little confusing and long, but need some advice on whether I should bring it up or assume he knows or just let them be because it was so long ago. Would love you and Aaron's wise words of advice on this. Sorry for another long queue. Good luck with softball this year, boys. Go Yard. Wow, that's an interesting little predicament there. Yeah, I mean, if she... wow. I'm kind of speechless. I don't know if I've ever heard of something like that. So someone cheats on a guy and they break up and then years later they get back together. I would leave it be.
Yeah.
And just hope that she was honest with him and they resolved things. But yeah, at this point, I think you got to leave it be.
Like, she was in college and he was still in high school. Like,
yeah,
it's not really even cheating. It's just like she's being a person.
Yeah. So, yeah, not worth bringing up. If they're happy now, just go along with their happiness.
Yeah.
And yeah, and then just you guys live your lives if everyone's happy, and just yeah, don't worry about it. Just forget it.
Yeah, if they break up and he's mad about it, then bring it up.
Right. Yeah, then do it. Yes, that's the time to do it. But if they're happy now and together, leave it alone.
He might have assumptions or whatever, but
yeah,
there's no need to even ask about it.
Aaron, oh yeah, I should get. Let's do a few. Do we have some good YouTube comments from the last episode?
Totally. First one is from Chad Kroger, Gary the Legend. Just Very, very psyched to see him on here.
Yeah, it was good to have Gary on.
There's a Hip Hop Keychain says Legends. Rob Flanders, the duo is back. Adam David asks, why does Gary have a shirt on? Very good
Yeah, I
question.
did like that one.
Ryan Stroka, let's go. Jay, I love Gary so much. Nate Conrad pointed out a specific time code where the most exciteful thing Gary ever said without actually saying it. Joe's got the mojo Marrese. That's a fun nickname.
Yeah, that was a moment where Gary just complimented me and Joe codes. That was nice. Yeah.
Gary looking healthy and bringing the stoke.
I gotta say, Gary does look good. He looked, Aaron, wouldn't you say, didn't he look healthier than you've probably seen him on the videos over the last year?
Yeah.
He did look clean and good.
Yeah, the lack of mustache works.
Yeah.
Let's see. Eddie Castaneda. Love that Gary came on the podcast. You all got to do a final episode together. Amelia Schofield. Okay, here we go. Hi, Joe. I love the pod. Quick question for you. What's your favorite holiday, and what holiday has the best food? She gives examples, but we'll be fine.
Yeah, with my family, Christmas. Yeah, because there's a whole different whole assortment with like Italians doing like fish on Christmas Eve, and then Christmas Day doing like pasta and like a roast, and then all the cookies.
God damn it! I wish I was Italian.
Yeah.
Okay. I would agree with that too. I think it's less turkey based than Thanksgiving. Thanksgiving is obviously good.
Yeah, Thanksgiving there's just not enough variety. You know, it's always pretty much the same meal. Christmas there's always a few different alterations that people throw in something new, and everyone's like, "Yeah, it's Christmas. Let's eat it."
Yeah. Let's see. Live Fast, Die Quick says, I have a question. Joe, what do you think about how you got roasted the entire pod by the commenters? Do you even care what people say about you?
Yeah, okay, yeah, I saw that one too. I don't know which one is he referring to.
I think he's just referring to people talking about the Patreon, I would assume.
Yeah.
I would never say you've been roasted.
Yeah, I don't know if I got fully roasted, but if I did, I would laugh along with it. I don't take it personally, and yeah, I do care what people think because you guys are my fans, and yeah, I want people to enjoy this podcast. So yeah, I care what people think. Do you care what people think?
Sure.
Who said that?
Live Fast, Die Quick.
Okay, he does not even have a name. But yeah, I do. I do care what people think. And yeah, if people want to roast me, that's fun. I'm fine with it.
I think his avatar is like a chicken. I don't know. I can't really tell what it is. Maybe it's this small guy on a motorcycle. I don't know.
Nice.
Hopes and Dreams says, a Joe, Aaron, and Gary pod, I'm bricked. I assume that's a English phrase.
Bricked?
Like busting at the seams, bricked.
All right.
Yeah. It's good. I think it means like you're shitting yourself. You're shitting a brick.
All right, I'm down with that.
Yeah. That's everything we got for this episode.
That's it?
Yeah.
All right, cool. Yeah, I'll do, let me do a nice, this is great here to close out the podcast for this week. So here we go. Here we go. So this is great is Norm's Restaurant. So, what?
Oh, yeah.
Thank you, Aaron. Yeah, see, I knew you'd agree. Norm's, so here's the thing. With working back over at the Comedy Store, working a lot of late nights again. So pretty much when I get out of work and I'm hungry, I pretty much have the option of fast food or Norm's. Norm's
because Mel's let you down.
Yeah, Mel's doesn't stay open late during the week. Swingers closes at 2. So if I'm out after 2, it's Norm's or fast food, and I go Norm's every time. Norm's, the food is awesome, and it's cheap. Last night alone, I did the SoCal breakfast, which consists of 2 eggs, 2 pieces of bacon, hash browns, and 2 pancakes, which are good-sized pancakes and awesome pancakes. And that's $10.99 for all that. It's a nice meal for $10.99. And here's the thing too with bacon now. This is my big thing. I always ask for crispy bacon. I want it well done. That's the move. Everyone out there, get it well done. It's crispy. That's how you got to get it. 'Cause some of these places leave it a little chewy. Not into that. Aaron, thoughts on the crispy bacon?
At Norm's?
Just in general.
Yeah, I think, I generally like it crispier.
Yeah, you got to tell them, though. You got to say, I say well done. I guess crispy is the proper vocabulary, but just cook it long is what I want.
Yeah, I would think that should be the default.
Yeah, cook it well. But yeah, Norm's, man, they got great salads, great breakfasts, great appetizers. We had some Cajun tots, Cajun flavored tater tots, mozzarella sticks. Norm's is the spot, man. Great coffee, great staff. Love it. Love that I have Norm's to go to after late nights working. So thanks a lot, Norm's. And with that, we will wrap it up for this episode of Joe Code. And we'll see. I'll see who's going to be the next guest. Well, it's going to be, Strider is the obvious one. He's one that, of course, I want to have on. I want to have Strider on. I've been on his podcast a few times. And also, he's a great friend, and I want to have him on. So he's the next obvious guest. But after that, you'll just have to stay tuned, everybody. But we will keep doing guests. I'm having fun with it. And then, we'll do solo pods. We'll do guest pods. This is Joe Code. We'll do what I want, baby. I call the shots here. So, all right. Thanks a lot, everyone, for tuning in. Remember to do all the stuff, especially subscribing to YouTube and watching and all that. So, thank you, coders. Thanks a lot, everyone out there. This is Joe Code, and I'm Joe Marrese.